Hello. Hello, everybody. We
Are we
hope.
live? Yes.
Are we are? I
Okay.
think we are.
All right. Hey everybody. Good to see you. Not see you, but see the comments. And I'm George, the creative director of Strezov Sampling, together with Javor, who
I'm
is
Javor, hello.
the creative producer and the producer of PRIMAL Ethnic Orchestra. We've been working on this since 2024.
2 years, almost 2 years.
Oh, almost 2 years.
Yeah.
And excited to be here. Probably you've got this already as an idea that we're total noobs about live streaming. So apologies in advance. This is our third live stream, and we're kind of aspiring to become better at it.
Yeah, sure.
Hopefully in the future.
But let's start with why are we here, actually?
Yes, today we wanted to discuss Primal Ethnic Orchestra. Primal Ethnic Orchestra is our latest product that we've released. It's a collection of different sounds revolving around the aesthetic of the primal, unearthly, raw, but unmistakably human sounds.
Yeah.
That's why we're going to start with maybe the softest.
Of course. Why not?
We wanted to say hi with just some sort of an improvisation.
Soft piece.
Softcore improvisation. So one of my personal favorite instruments in the library is the Aeolian fan harp. This is part of the custom instruments that we've recorded, and it sounds like this. And
I've got loaded one of the sparks here just to support that. So
yeah,
let's see. Let's see how this goes.
Okay, in D. All right.
In D.
All right. Could have been better.
Yeah.
Let's see in the chat. Hi, good morning. Yes. All right. So let's start a bit about telling about the history behind Primal Ethnic Orchestra.
Yeah. And the intent about it.
Yes. So in 2024, we got an email from a really nice friend of ours, whose name is John Valasis. He's a neighbor from Greece.
Yep.
If you don't know, most of the Bulgarians go to Greece for the summer holidays. That's our thing, our jam. So John prepared some sort of a showcase of a collection of different custom instruments, and we decided that actually sounds pretty cool. So we started recording those and capturing the essence of those instruments. And then as recordings started to unveil, we thought that even though that collection was enough to be part of a full library, basically.
Yeah, to become a library of its own, basically.
Exactly, yeah. We said, what would be really nice to complement this collection?
Yeah, the idea started growing, basically, because we heard that those instruments were quite interesting. They're like nothing else that there exists, because they're unique instruments. So we started thinking about how to expand on that idea, how to add to that, and how to basically make a comprehensive collection of instruments. Yeah.
And
So tell what was your idea then?
about the strings.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here in Bulgaria we have a very famous classical composer called Pancho Vodigerov, and he has a piece that within it there's a string scordatura. Scordatura means the tuning, or like if there are any guitarists in the stream, basically dropping down,
Down-tuned.
Yeah. So what we decided to do was to drop the entire tuning of the instruments, and we actually decided to go very extreme and see what was the most we could,
The lowest we
could go without breaking the instruments. And we started doing some tests with actually I'm going to showcase this. We used a cello that I bought a cello a couple of years back to start learning the instrument. That's
or use it as a guinea pig for a very weird audio stuff.
Yeah. So I'm like I have maybe 3 or 4 lessons in cello playing, but so this is the patch called Solo Cello Cheap, because that was a cello that we were okay in basically destroying
if need be,
yeah. Because the moment you start changing the tuning of the instrument, the whole instrument changes basically. And a lot of musicians, we had some strings that were broken during the recording. We started with the cello, and it can go really low. So that's a low A, and normally the cello starts here. And I'll try to let me transpose my keyboard. Staccatissimo, for example. So this is the low C normally in the orchestra, but we went. So the moment we did this with the cheap cello, we said, okay, that's an idea that is actually worth exploring. And now it was time to get some musicians to get them on board with such an idea. Yeah,
we started with the cello. Then almost immediately after that, we did the solo bass, which is like the idea for this kind of grew because we thought that it would be very cool if, apart from being detuned, all those instruments could basically play to the limit of their aggression while being down-tuned. So, like, play it as hard as you can, basically, when down-tuned, and see how this sounds. And we pretty much liked it like that. Yeah. If you could probably could show the solo bass, the staccatissimo on the solo bass, because it's very impressive of its own. And the player that we recorded, which is a colleague of ours, basically he gave it all. Yeah. And you could easily hear that when you play something.
Let me down.
Go down an octave and.
This is without any MIDI CC, and you can see.
Yeah, and just for some information, guys, we don't have any effects available. We have only a limiter on the output channel, so that we don't have like clicks and stuff like that while streaming. So hopefully everything that you hear is okay, and it's basically the library of its own.
Yeah. I hope everybody's hearing okay, so let us know in the comments if you are. I can see that the name of the Bulgarian composer mentioned. His name is Pancho, Pancho Vladigerov, Vladigerov. Maybe it would be easy to.
That was very hard.
Yeah. Maybe I can write it from my.
Yeah. So and basically so just to continue the story of it, when we did the solo cello and the solo bass, we started with ensembles and the other solos, of course, but that was the point where we decided that okay, this is actually doable.
Yep.
This is actually sounding pretty nice. It's very impressive to hear that, so let's go with the idea.
Yeah,
basically.
with the ensembles. And I'm actually going to show you the coolest thing ever about it. My voice could be boosted a bit. I should be a better sound technician, maybe.
If he's
move,
yeah
my mic a bit like this. There we go. Should be okay. So yeah, it occurred to me that the Danse Macabre of Camille Saint-Saëns also includes the Scordatura Violin, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, the solo bass, there we go. Now this sounds like a percussive instrument on its own. It sounds like, I don't know, like a timpani or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
no, probably not for that exactly, but not for that usage. But yeah, we thought that it would be nice to like go with the idea of pushing the instruments to their limit in order to like have the library play basically in the louder dynamics.
yes.
Like almost everything within the library was designed with that in mind. Of course, in the end, there is a couple of instruments which could play very soft, as you heard in the beginning. But most of the instruments, especially the strings, we were very diligent to push them as far as we could in intensity, just to have that very unmistakable moment of pushing the instrument to the limit, because it sounds different and it's pretty weird, especially when the instrument is down-tuned.
Yeah, because it's one thing to like distort or drive a recording, and it's a completely different thing to distort or drive an acoustic instrument. But yeah, so at first we recorded just the normal articulations, right?
Well,
which is right here at the bottom left. You can see that we have the sustain and legato, we have staccato, marcato, staccatissimo, and pizzicato, and obviously you can change them. Is the same with the rest of the instruments, so you can kind of play live if you want to. But the coolest thing is what's going on at the top of the keyboard. These are pre-recorded, we call them drones.
Yeah, because that was the idea behind them.
Yeah,
like to use them as drones while you're playing the regular articulations.
So even the bass, I can use the sustain pedal, for example. Not the sustain pedal, the sustain articulation. Sorry. And let's see if my keyboard is.
I think it won't be big enough for that. So if you load probably ensemble violas or something like that, which is closer in range.
Could be. I could play something here. I can see
let's try.
Let's see. At the bottom. So basically, at the right, you have this like a groove that's tempo synced automatically. So in this case, I can use like half note. I can even use two strings, which sounds cool. There is nothing artificial about this. It's an actual double stop. So the performer is playing a double stop on the bass. They hate us. I'm pretty sure that the musicians hate us. But yeah, so here we go, and the bass at the top register.
Yeah.
Pretty easy, without any MIDI controls. I'm just playing with my hands. I see there's a question about the technical specifications. The total library size is
76, 77 gigabytes,
let's
something
say
like
80 gigabytes.
something like that.
For obviously, while you're installing, you need twice as much.
Double the size,
Yeah,
yeah,
double the size basically.
So 150 for the installation, and then it reduces to
Exactly.
80, close to 80.
And the recordings were recorded at 48 kilohertz, 24-bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like all that stuff we record basically.
Yeah. Mhm.
One thing to mention that while we are at the grooves at the drones that we recorded with the strings instrument is worth mentioning is that apart from basically recording everything that you see like in one string and in two strings, it's real recordings. We also recorded in two dynamics.
Yeah, accessible with velocity.
Yeah, which is accessible by velocity, and it's a thing that could be easily overlooked because you don't expect such thing.
Yeah.
but it is there, and it's pretty cool because if you the idea was like the lower dynamic of the drone should be like you're sitting around a campfire telling stories or something like that, and the louder dynamic on the top of the velocity basically should be like the more aggressive one, the one that is driven by like action driven stuff, stuff like that.
So let me try demonstrating that. So I'm going to use let's try whole note. So here we go. Give me a second. Transpose one more. So here we have the valence. These are
ensemble
the
valence.
Yes. Ensemble.
Yeah.
And even I really like this, even though it's not intended for this. I like to use our libraries in ways that are kind of weird. So if I am to play the soft stuff right here. And if I'm using only one hand, I can use the expression to control the dynamics of it, even of that drone. Even though it's two dynamics with velocity, I can still use the expression.
Yeah. Unfortunately, because it gets quite big on the keyboard, the range of the instrument itself, along with the range of the drones. So we needed to switch the places of the violins because the violins are the only ones that start with the drones and then go to the regular articulations. Yeah. All the other instruments are basically the other way around because there is no way to fit them on a keyboard otherwise. And staying behind the idea that we want to use it like with both hands playing the instrument live that way. So that's why we did it that way. Also, one thing that could be interesting is that the basses and the violins we recorded, the double stops we recorded them in octaves. Yep. And the cellos and violas are basically
in
fifths.
Yeah.
Fifths.
Let's play a bit of maybe cellos. Okay, let's see cellos. There we go. Okay, transpose up. So normally here's what we have. Actually, I'm going to play a double stop with just two fingers. And harder dynamic. A lot of grit. And if I'm to choose this to two strings and play with a single. a more focused sound, and also you can hear the bow, a lot of bow noises.
Yeah, the instrument reacts differently based solely on the fact that there are two strings playing at the moment, which are being pulled very hard in that dynamic.
Marcus is saying hi and also bye. So
Hello, Marcus.
hello, Marcus, and bye. Okay, so what else? The cellos. Actually, I really like the. One more octave. Sorry.
Yeah,
Pretty aggressive.
pretty nice.
Yeah. And violas. Let's showcase the violas. There we go. I actually really like the viola sustains and legato. So mod wheel switches between the dynamic layers. And also, if you combine both controllers, you can have more control on top of the performance.
Yeah.
And here in the settings window, you can also turn niente, which is basically combining both expression and mod wheel into a single controller. This one going from complete silence, and also one thing that we kind of assume that people know this, but I feel that we should mention it. We have a killer polylegato,
Yeah.
polyphonic legato. Absolutely, that's something that our scripter Alex Koev, he did for our first libraries and the choirs, obviously,
Yeah.
that we did, and from that moment on we kind of refined on it, and
Yeah.
the latest version of this polyphonic legato engine is that you have these buttons right here, which change between sustain, mono legato, and poly legato, and you have separate speed controls for the mono legato and for the poly legato, and it also adapts to the way you're playing.
So playing faster notes basically shortens the transition time, and playing slower notes basically goes slower. The idea is that still you're able to control this from the tune-ups with the speed, and it usually makes sense to have them the monophonic legato have it a little bit slower than the polyphonic legato.
Yeah, but also you can do stuff like currently I've just right-clicked on this button and set learn MIDI CC automation and choose this control right here, and you can see that it changes the speed of the legato. And for example, I'm going to
Go a bit lower, yeah.
Maybe even a bit.
Even lower, yeah.
Okay. So in this case, if I have something that's very slow, so a slower legato interval, and then if I want to and go faster. So
Yeah.
you can even play with this. We really like to think of ways to make our libraries more accessible in a live scenario.
Yeah, the way that usually a real musician would approach a set of notes basically. So because a real musician, when he sits on the with his instrument and starts playing, he would do that naturally. He won't think about it. He would play the slower notes. He would play the legato slower, and he would play the faster notes. So it's basically what the like the physics of it comes to mind. But the idea is to enable that with basically with all the libraries that we do. Actually, that's the approach, to make it as human as possible.
Exactly.
But omit some mistakes basically along the way.
Yes.
While we're doing that.
Mistakes like for example, I think we have this. This should be. This is.
Okay, turn it on.
Oh, sexy. This is. There was a design flow with the covers. There we go. Oh, super special.
It's like a magic thing here in the middle of the.
We're actually playing D&D, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, but it's very realistic one.
Yeah. All right. Enough about the strings. There's been online. Just to mention, if you're not familiar with the interface, we have the microphone positions right here. You can decrease them. It automatically drops them from the RAM. Purge them. Sorry. Excuse my English. Then you can adjust the volume, panning. You have stereo width control, which is kind of real nice. And you can also disable from the articulations like the marcato and the staccato, staccatissimo, pizzicato. You can remove round robins.
Yeah. If some particular round robin is not per your taste, you could disable it from here.
Yeah, if you dislike it, you can see which one plays at the moment.
Yeah.
I can see it on this.
Yeah, it's from here.
From here it's a bit too much, but
it's a little bit far from for our sore eyes.
Yeah. But yeah, so obviously you have a lot of real nice things like the
microtuning section.
Yeah, microtuning section, which we introduced in Arabian Ethnic Orchestra.
Yeah.
That's a topic for maybe another video. But for those of you who are interested in our stuff, we're currently working on an update for Arabian Ethnic Orchestra, which is kind of exciting.
Yeah.
To throw in some advertising in there.
Yeah.
Basically we're working on some feedback that we've received.
And just so you know, guys, we are taking very seriously everything that all of you has to say about our products. And Cvetan, which probably most of you guys know, is our support guy who is always so kind in replying to all of you who have some issues. And he's like our keeper of secrets. So yes. Everyone who has some a recommendation or some idea about how we can improve, he puts them in a list, and when the list gets big enough, he gives it to us and says, "Okay, now it's your time to do. Your time to shine."
Yeah. Now, get to work, guys. Just to look at the chat real quick. David Mills, Primal has already replaced the core instruments in many of my ethnic ensembles. Thank you.
That's very nice. Thank you.
Great to see it. Simon says, "Nice, can't wait to try the Primal percussions on my next project." Also,
Simon says.
Yeah. Troll Harper. Yes. Oh, all right.
We could showcase some of the other instruments, and we get to that part, right?
Yes, there's a very nice thing that I just read, based also on what we discussed about Arabian Ethnic Orchestra and the upcoming update that we literally just started working on from 2026.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit before that.
A bit before, but yeah.
Is there a way to purge the drones in case you didn't need them? That's a very good suggestion. We've already read that, I think, on Drag Control.
We saw it.
Yeah, this is something that we didn't think of, and it's a great idea to also decrease the RAM.
Yeah, because if you don't want to use it, it doesn't make sense to load it and keep it in the memory. But probably in a future update we could do that.
Yes,
that's not an issue. We could do that.
Yeah, our usual approach is, first of all, you can see we're newbies, and we have Christian who's over there
supporting.
Big shout out. Yeah, just a couple of guys. It's a very small team that we're doing, but we always try to make an update of the library based on suggestions that we received from users. So absolutely feel free to send over any suggestions or maybe bugs if you find any, and we'll try to fix them as soon as possible and then deliver an update. And for sure, the drones is something that we want to include in there.
Yeah, the purging of the drones.
Yeah. Speaking about the other instruments, we have in the library, we have string ensembles, string solos. We already kind of discussed about them. We have the custom acoustic instruments that we're going to go in deeply in a bit. But we also have loops, ethnic melodic loops, the ethnic instruments, percussion and shouts, which is my
your favorite category.
Yeah, my fetish, and sparks. So the sparks are created by our also friend and collaborator Lubomir Goshev.
Yep.
He did all those like soundscapes and with material that we've recorded for Primal, as we do
for the library.
As we do with all our stuff. He has sparks in most of them as well. So speaking about the loops, do you want to say something about the loops, about the idea how this came together?
Yeah, well, we started with. It's very interesting because most of the things that we have in this library, most of the concepts that we developed for this library, they didn't come to. They didn't were born in a moment. They were like growing and getting to the part where they're at this moment.
Exactly.
So we started with the percussion loops when we wanted to do something similar to what we have in Arabian Ethnic Orchestra. And our idea was to pre-compose, pre-made several percussion loops, like split into different layers, like low layer, mid layer, high layer. And from there it was like the natural thing to, okay, so what we do, can we do it as a combination of this and the drones that we have for the string instruments?
Just a quick question. Do the loops sync with the project?
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, it syncs with the tempo, and you also have an option, if you can see the interface, to use half tempo, normal tempo, or double tempo.
Yeah.
This is also for the drones, which we recorded in 2024, end of 2024, and last year when we started recording the loops, which is a bit different in concept, but kind of
similar.
Kind of similar.
Yeah. The idea was to have the melodic instruments basically following the percussion rhythms.
Yeah.
So that's how we did it.
Yeah. So as I mentioned, that I'm a sucker for percussion, and our good friend who's helping us do our marketing and Look Smart, Robin, would always say,
shout out to Robin.
Shout out to Robin. Yeah. He would always say, please no more percussion libraries.
Enough percussion libraries.
It's enough. And then we do another one, and then another one, and from a economics perspective, maybe percussion libraries are not the most efficient thing that we should put our thoughts into, but we actually.
But it's so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
It's super cool. So the idea for Primal was always to have percussion instruments.
Yeah. The raw sound of those.
Yeah, the
basically
raw sound
going for the raw sound again.
And similar to our percussion libraries like Thunder, for example, to actually create percussion ensembles as we go within the stage. So we had about 100 instruments or something
or
like
more. It was probably about 200 instruments. And bear in mind that some of those instruments were like Grand Casa, Grand Taiko and stuff like that, which like they weigh a lot.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult to transport in and out of the stage and of the recording stage.
Yeah.
But it was more than 150, 200 instruments probably we had. We had like probably about 15 different toms in there.
Yep.
Or more, I'm not quite sure, but
that's right.
Something like that.
So the idea was at first to create these combinations, deep sample them, and release them as a package part of Primal. But then the idea with the loops came in, and I said, okay, let's try actually composing music for those loops like percussion music, and then record like I wrote 14 percussion grooves,
Beats, basically.
beats, split into 3
Layers.
So high layer, mid layer, and low layer, and they were all composed as scores. They were basically scores, and then the idea was to get the musicians assemble some sort of a ensemble size and ensemble sound that and that aesthetic should work together with the groove. So it was a real fun thing to do, because we tested a lot of different instruments, and we played around with them, and then created all those grooves, recorded them separately layer by layer, and then sampled all of those. That's very important.
Which is something, is something that we want to highlight, because we think that this makes the loops part even expands the horizon of the usage of those, basically, because you could use some of the layers of the loops, and you have the option to write upon the same loop with the single hits, which are basically the same instruments that were recorded with the loops.
Exactly.
So it's the same combinations, but with, of course, with different round robins and different dynamics and stuff like that. So if you want to, like, do the loop a bit different than what we have made it, you have the option to do so.
Yeah. Or just use, like, for example, one of the loops had and you like this, like the shakers doing this rhythm, but then you dislike the rest of it.
Yeah,
and
you
then,
could use the shakers.
Yeah, and you can use the shakers and then play the rest of the instruments that you like as an aesthetic.
Yeah,
and you can create your own rhythm with it. Yep.
Yeah.
If you this is on my channel. No,
yeah,
sorry,
I think that's you.
If you want, you can. I'll just load this for you in your channel. Bear with us. Sorry. Percussion loops. There we go.
Yeah. Which
one is your favorite?
I don't know. Just pick one. I think it will be okay. They're all super cool.
There we go. You're set.
And what we also did, just to explain, we have like 2 dynamic layers of each. So you have like a softer version, which is intended as an order score kind of thing, which is without the accents, less volume.
Yeah, sometimes different music.
Little dynamic.
Depends on the.
Yeah,
on the
and then you
track.
have the more action-like version of it. And you could easily go from one to the other. You could use, for example, only one layer of the one, like the softest layer of the. That's the one that you were singing, right?
I think so. Yeah.
So you could use just the shakers from that one, and use the low and mid from the other. And they were recorded like in 4 bars. All of the loops are in 4 bars, so most of them have like a natural ending. Like they have a little bit of build up towards the 4th bar, so it's easy to basically create music with it.
Yeah, and feels kind of
like the organic thing to do, because musicians do that naturally.
Exactly,
They don't think about it.
I want to also showcase some of my personal favorite ones, but can I play some of that on myself? Like, for example, this. But I also want after this I want to show the sounds, so that we pick like some sort of one of the rhythms, and then we also play the one-shot samples.
Yeah, sure.
From the percussion pad.
If you want, you could load them.
But let's maybe play bits of those rhythms. This is called PRIMAL. It's 3/4. Those right here where you can see at the left, we have 4/4, 3/4, 5/8, 7/8. And one thing that's important to say is that we made it so that every time you release the key, you get a hit for an ending. And you can time it, obviously, with the mouse it will be easier. You can disable...
If it's quantized, if the region is quantized, it will play perfectly.
Yeah, and it will always have some sort of a finale to it. I think that my favorite one is this one. No, not this one. Sorry.
Yeah, this one is very cool.
Okay. Tell us about it.
Yeah. Okay. When we recorded all of the rhythms, all of the layers are recorded with 4 players. This is the only one that has 5 players. And who do you think the 5th player is? This is the 5th player who actually played the chants that you hear in the...
These are the bells.
Yeah.
The cowbells. And just so that we see it, let me try changing this to 100 BPM.
One other thing to mention fast is that all the things that are tempo synced in the library are recorded in multiple tempos, so that the stretching and stuff that the contact does, it's barely minimal. It's not audible, so everything should play perfectly, basically in every tempo.
And these are actual stones.
These are stones.
These are stones. We had stones played together, and then we had stones
with sticks.
And
then we had stones played on barrels.
Stones on barrels. And that's sticks, stones, metal, bones. That's basically my favorite. Maybe one. I have a lot of favorites already. So this is a really cool sound that we found out. This is the I think it's Indonesian angklungs.
Yes, I think so.
And then we have metal barrels. And then we have the stones, I guess.
Yeah. Stones played with different kind of sticks.
So you get that kind of rocky plus wooden sound.
Yeah, but you still get the metal because the stones were actually placed upon the barrels and were played over the barrels. So that's kind of the resonance that.
Oh, this is so cool. This is the soft layer.
Play the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now using this one, I'll give you the mouse. So I'm still keeping this loop loaded up in my channel. We have 2 channels. So the second will be yours, and let's load up the percussion single hits. And from now on, it's you. And let's load up. You can see this is the extreme engine right here, and you have to the left you have zones, 12 zones mapped across the keyboard, and then at the middle you have categories. Every category is basically the loop that we're playing, and currently Javor is loading up
all the sounds that are
from stick
actually
stones.
From the loop, stick, stones, metal, bones. So these are all there. That's here, and that's the last one. The reason we have we have 2 lows, 2 mid layers, and 2 high layers is because some of the players were playing different parts, like 2 instruments played in the loop. There is more there are other examples apart from this loop that it's more audible, that they're playing 2 different instruments, like 2 congas or
bongos, like
2 bongos. So it's so even to in order to still have both sounds, we sampled all of those separately. So low 1 will be the one hit on the barrel, and low 2 would be the other hit on the barrel.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why we have 2 different instruments. So this would be the first one. This would be the second one, which is obviously with some sticks or brushes probably. These are sticks. Or how are they called? The ones with the
root sticks.
So this is obviously this with the bones.
Yeah,
With the stones. Sorry.
Thankfully, no bones.
No bones. No
recorded
bones.
in the library.
We had bones for the Pacha ethnic orchestra.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So you could basically
Yeah.
see that it's
Yeah. Or if I play if I play something like this, you can play with the low. And if I play the rhythm,
yeah. For example, if you want to add a bit of accent where it's
there.
not in the loop itself, you could do it
Or
very easily, and it's the same sound.
if you don't like the dong, dong, dong,
Yeah.
dong, and you want like 4 on the floor or something like this, I can play the loop with. Yeah, so it's kind of a very open to interpretation. It's not just loops, because a lot of our friends, we discussed this with a bunch of colleagues,
Yeah.
and they said we don't use loops because they're kind of limited. But I don't think these loops are limited. These loops allow you to shape your sound and get the aesthetic that you want.
The option to have the single sounds out of the loops and use them as single hits basically expands the idea of this, and it's easy to use just a part of it, and it would still be different if you combine it with the other sounds and stuff like that.
Now, this is kind of an international project. So another one of our friends, who's Bastian Kislinger, he's a great composer. He did the score for Titan Quest and also for Spellforce 3, and fantastic composer, really super nice guy. And he agreed to record an instrument that was uniquely created for
one of a kind instrument.
One of a kind of instrument. It's called a troll harper, which is basically a version,
a bass,
a bass
troll harp, a bass troll harp.
So yeah, he recorded. Obviously, you have this within the. If you go here at the instruments and you go to ethnic, you have the somewhere over there. You have the troll harper.
The first one.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm needing not glasses but binoculars. Yeah. So here you have this deep sampled. So you have marcatos, staccatos, etc., etc., and you have the drones, very similar to the cello ensemble or the violas, for example.
Yeah.
So you can blend these together. But we also did, and this is a really nice idea that Javor had, which is basically giving another reason to the musicians to hate us, and basically record those percussion grooves. We record the same thing with melodic instruments.
So the idea was you have the percussion instruments, the loop, which is basically ready, and you could play it with one finger. You could play the loop. And what if you could do the same with the melodic instruments? And just with you have the melodic instruments following the same loop, the same feel, but you could have it like a tonal instrument to play with.
Yeah.
I mean, we could show that probably.
Yeah, we can. Just before that, I saw a question.
Am I with the troll harp?
Yeah, you're with the troll harp.
Okay,
I
cool.
just saw one thing that I wanted to comment on. Finchat said, I mean, if the loop doesn't work for you, just use singles. Nothing bad from having the loops if somebody prefers them. That's right.
Of course.
Absolutely. But also by having the singles match the aesthetic of the loops, you can do stuff. Bear with me for just a second. I'll need. Okay. Okay. This is the one that I was talking about. Maybe change this to 130 tempo, and so this is the soft version of the loop PRIMAL, and the louder version sounds like this. for the full loop. Okay, that's it. But the softer version for the high layer is just straight up 16ths.
Yeah.
You don't get the accents. So by using this, you can grab the singles for this particular loop for the high stuff. Use the groove, the basic fundament. And basically create your own rhythm using already a nice recording that has some sort of a build up and lots of energy into it. Yeah. So anyway, let's choose a rhythm just for me, and then we're going to load it for.
Okay, let's go with Dripping Blood. You want Dripping Blood?
Oh, Dripping Blood. Okay. Dripping Blood, love it. There we go. That's for me.
Put the same here.
And now you can see that the Troll Harper has the same rhythms. It's not exclusive. I mean, Javor can play a different rhythm on top of mine, but these are meant to be locked. So here we go.
The idea is that those would play perfectly together because they were recorded as a song, as a track.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We don't have a click here, so it
might be nice to
put the click probably. So it's not linked probably, but yeah.
Cubase issues.
Cubase issues.
No, that's on the other monitor. No way to put the click. Without click, you have to
without
manage.
click.
All right, there you go. I would just use the louder version, but we'll use the expression.
Yeah.
And then let me try if Javor is using Basti's Troll Harper with the same Dripping Blood, and I'm going to load up the tambura. Let's maybe change the tempo to 100.
Yeah, just a little bit slower. It would be easier for this particular moment.
Thankfully we're not live musicians. But, there we go. Dripping Blood with the tambura. So if you play, again
D.
Let's try E.
Let's go in E.
For change.
Okay.
I need to transpose.
No, you got the rules. Okay.
All right. But it's really fun. So that's super fun, and you can match different rhythms. You can use the 3/4 rhythm against the 4/4 if you want to. Then you can use the half tempo or double tempo to further create this expand on the idea.
Probably just so that you have the idea, because everything was recorded in multiple tempos, and for the melodic instruments, like for example the tambura or the primal guitar or even the Troll Harper, it doesn't make sense to play exactly the same thing in the like from 70 to like 140. So because it doesn't like doesn't make musical sense to do it that way.
So let me give an example. For example, if for this rhythm, if at 70 BPM you would normally do
something like that.
When the tempo is very fast, you wouldn't do it
Yeah.
makes sense. So you do down 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 down
Yeah.
down.
So most of the melodic instruments have like small variations which are from the different tempos that they were recorded in, basically to make them more normal, more human to the way that a real musician would play this particular tempo, this beat with this particular tempo. So it gives a lot of ideas basically, because even if you'd like to have it that way, like which is not the usual way that musician would play it, with the half tempo and double tempo, you could do that. You could still select the
right.
even in a faster tempo, you could play the version of the that were recorded in the slower tempo.
And these are incredibly fun to play. So if I'm let's use this one for example. I don't know.
Yeah, you could do all kind of stuff with it, and it's
that was actually cool. That was actually cool.
Remember it.
Yeah. Don't copyright it. Don't copyright it. So yeah, and we also have. Sorry, there we go. For the same instrument, we have the PRIMAL Kitara, the rhythm octaves. This is also super cool. So do you wanna?
We have this instrument like in version of single notes and octaves.
And octaves again. The octaves are not artificial.
They were played.
He was the victim. He was the victim. He played those. They want to try.
It's funny how things come and bite you in the ass basically, because I suggested we do that, and he's like, okay, so go record a couple of instruments that way.
That's right.
So
and the PRIMAL Kitara, because the tambura is kind of a refined. It's an ethnic Bulgarian instrument, but it's a refined instrument. The PRIMAL Kitara, it's actually pretty crappy. It sounds nice. Where is it? There we go. Hang on.
Probably lower.
Yeah, lower.
It's a very.
This is.
I'm playing a different rhythm though.
Sorry. This one. Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
That's like how you could combine those in different way. Most of those would still work together with the percussion. I mean, it's not necessary to use them as they were recorded. You could switch between those, and it would give you like different kind of combinations between percussion and melodic rhythmic loops, basically. So it's a way to spice things up, basically, and you could use them in very broad range of applications, basically.
Cases.
Yeah.
Now, do you want to try talking maybe a bit about before we go to the custom acoustic instruments, about the percussion and shouts?
Yeah, probably. We have our support guy here, Christian, has a very cool video which we could show basically from the process of recording most of the things we have here.
Okay, so this is.
Okay.
This is the first time we're seeing this. Actually, this is a live reaction video.
Yeah.
So this was basically a place in our studio complex, which is now used for storage, and it has this large tube like ventilation tube that
It's an air duct kind
Yeah.
of thing.
which
Yeah.
is not used anymore, and we had to remove this. So obviously, before destroying it, we said, "How about we actually do some scrapes?" And that's,
Yeah. And it was very, because it's not only dirty there, it's super dusty. It's a very unpleasant place to be, actually.
yeah,
But
and I think that ventilation tube hasn't been used at least since the 80s,
30 years
or even
or
more,
something.
yeah. And by actually slamming on it, it created a lot of other things that quite possibly
Yeah,
will be sorry for.
It started falling apart because when we started recording this instrument, we put some microphones in the basement, we put a laptop there and all the cables and everything, and we got like a couple of metal tubes and metal scrap, basically,
Yeah.
which we used to hit the
Yeah, that's right.
the air vent, and some of those were like only scrapes, which could not be very loud, obviously, but the one that you're hitting with the steel tube, it's we did it like it has 5 dynamic layers, and on the 5th dynamic layer, like
Yeah.
the whole building started shaking because you were hitting it very
Yeah.
prominently.
Yeah, maybe it's all the stress.
Yeah,
all,
yeah.
all the stress from work. But here's how it sounds like. And going even lower than that.
Yeah, those are great for sound design stuff and or amping the like giving some oomph to the
Yeah.
to the beat or something like that. This works perfectly. It could easily be heard in all the demos that basically were
Yeah.
done for the library. So it's
And-
pretty nice.
And also maybe it would be nice to say that for the percussions that's something that we forgot to mention. Sorry, no, I loaded up the loops. There were percussion and shouts. I can't percussion loops. There we go. So for the single instruments, we have a normal instrument, a normal hit.
Yeah.
Then we have a flam. And then we have controllable with mod wheel tremolo.
Yeah.
So by using that, and imagine on the hit, I also put the basement tube. That's
The
a
basement tube, yeah.
straight up like using a whoosh or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It becomes like that.
So you can create a lot of stuff with this. So we have shouts and stomps, again using the same engine, and we have something that I gently call the docks. You can try finding the docks.
Well, yeah.
But that's pretty cool. That's a male ensemble, male choir,
Yeah.
and they really were very into the aesthetic of this library. And you have different lengths. And one more, which is the stomps.
And these are the stomps which are actually fantastic.
Yeah. So this was a bit of a side story. This is something that we haven't written anywhere, and unfortunately, that was something that got declined for a game that I was scoring. So it was a super
Yeah.
cool idea to have the full orchestra together, a bit like marching for one of my pieces. It's a game called Frosthaven. But unfortunately, that idea was a bit too much for the game soundtrack, so it kind of got scrapped. But it sounds real nice. That's a whole it's basically the cello and the basses and the violas in the orchestra, but they're stomping, they're marching.
Yeah, it's like 40 people stomping at once. So
Yeah,
that's why it sounds...
not 40, but
Okay,
maybe a bit more. But sorry, a bit less. A bit less.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, but combine that with the dogs. There we go. So yeah, and in case you're not kind of you don't feel like this was enough, here's something else that we have in mind. That's the there we go. So we have
Yeah, so we also recorded like Vox rhythms with the... Yeah. I don't know if you can imagine that, like by the looks of us too, and all the other people here in that work along with us, the studio, probably you can imagine the amount of laughter that goes with a recording session like that. It's like 3/3 of the time we were laughing at something, and then probably 30% of the time we managed to do the job.
yeah, especially first like yeah, and you can combine those as well.
Yeah, those are also a great viewer for loops, like for like rhythm perspective. And
we
it's
have issues.
yeah, but it's great. I mean, come on. We've recorded them like on in quarter notes and in eighth notes, so that's again multiple tempos,
Yeah, and
multiple
it syncs
multiple
to the
lengths.
tempo.
But yeah,
Yeah, somebody says a choir of Marcuses after an extra good workout. Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, the custom acoustic instruments. Maybe we should talk a bit more about those. Maybe
Yeah.
the shell. So again, just as a reminder, these were created especially, as a new sort of an instrument. So they're unique inventions.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and these were recorded by our friend John Velasquez, and he did a lot of stuff. And I think it would be nice to showcase most of it here, because in the walkthrough we didn't go through all of the key switches because of
Because and to be honest, we said that before, but there are like a couple of instruments here in this category. All of them are absolutely unique, and the way they play is very unusual. However, John managed to record like an extreme amount of articulations for those instruments, which is absolutely impressive.
Yep.
And the way they sound is like they are similar to what you would imagine from articulation like that, but it sounds very different because of the nature of the instruments. So we could go to some of that, basically showcase how they sound, like even if it's played by its own.
So this is the shell, which is
This is an instrument which resembles a cello or something like that,
but sounds like
because the body of it's basically a shell.
it's an artillery.
It's an artillery shell. So it's
but to me it sounds kind of like a nickel harpo, even maybe.
Yeah.
And what would be real nice is to go through the key switches now. So let me just transpose.
Just the
So we have tremolo.
yeah. I think you missed one.
I missed one.
Which?
The sustain espressivo. And let's use the expression a bit. And then we have sul tasto. let's lose the idea of using D minor. Let's change to something. No D flat, sorry. And
more softer, more
softer
wider
version,
sound.
Yeah. And here's the normal one. Maybe decrease the volume a bit. And then we have su tasto we played su ponticello.
Which is the more sharper sounding.
Great for different styles of especially for horror.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
This is the consort. So apparently you can even put a sordino on this one, on the artillery shell. It's the pin on the grenade. Pin on the grenade equals consordino. Staccato. Then we have co-legno. Oh, this is cool. Same thing.
Yeah.
Yep. That's super cool. Pizzicato.
Again, going to the extreme on the louder dynamic, but yeah.
Let's see. Yeah. Then we go to pizzicato. We did harmonics. Do you have, by any chance, let's throw in some advertising for FabFilter? Do you have Pro R?
Yeah, sure.
There we go. So Pro R2, amazing plugin. I have a very favorite preset, which is within very large and huge synth space. Obviously it has lots of low end, so we don't need this, and lots of highs. Maybe not 10 seconds, it's a bit too much. And keep this really wet. Let's see. Okay. And
So these are the harmonics
these are
of the shell,
of
the instrument called the shell.
And now I'm going to remove the reverb from contact. Okay.
You could put the niente on. It would be even more impressive.
Yeah. Good idea. Niente. So niente, in case you're just watching this, controls mod wheel, links mod wheel and expression together, so it starts from complete silence.
Cool.
Super cool. And the last two were we're keeping the let's
reverb.
keep the reverb for these two.
Yeah. Crescendo.
I'll
This
just
is a
remove
crescendo.
the niente. Just yeah. Woohoo! Amazing stuff. And yeah. Shall we move on to the next one?
Yeah, sure.
I have to.
This is the rusty saw.
Yeah. And remove the Pro R. So rusty saw, that was basically an old rusty saw.
Yeah, it's
With-
a big saw.
Big
A
saw.
big rusty saw.
And then like this, it's was it a one string instrument?
Yeah, kinda, I think.
Yeah, there's some pictures in the menu. If you go on the website and there's our menu, you can download it and see more behind the scenes images. And it has like this frame drum, which is the actual body of the instrument.
Yeah. This one's the monster. This is the monster one.
Yeah, rusty, not a rustic.
Yeah,
but,
rusty,
yeah.
like from rust.
Yeah, and we have again lots of different articulations. So this would
There's a
There we
bunch
go.
of effects, but
yeah, we have
I think the other
sustains.
ones, the other ones are the more.
Now let's go into sound design territory. If you're using just the standard tuning of contact, you can go real down and use that vibrato.
For like a motor kind of thing.
Yeah, or if you're, I don't know, composing the next arrival. Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
that's a bit too much, but it's really gives you a lot of possibilities. We have tremolo. And trills. Nice. Staccato. Colenio. Swells. Crescendi. Decrescendo. This is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
This is
The way the instrument resonates, it's absolutely unbelievable.
Then we have some effects.
Yeah, most of the acoustic instruments have different categories of effects because they're recorded like a lot of them. So basically for sound design purposes and stuff like that, all this would be like super great.
Marco says, I love the tremolo patch for the rusty saw, down pitched an octave. Let's try it. Down pitched an octave, let's hear. -12. Nice.
It actually sounds like you're chopping wood at a faster tempo.
Yes. A very powerful wood chopper.
If you go 2 octaves down, probably it would be like a lazy woodsman.
24. I don't see it. Okay.
Yeah, it's that's. See?
Or a dragon snoring. That's used in snoring, basically. All right. We did the Aeolian fan harp.
Yeah.
Maybe just showcase it a bit as well. That thing.
It also has a bunch of articulations that were recorded
Yes. Let's go through
different fashion.
So we have sustains, which is the first one. I'm not in the right octave. Hang on.
Yeah, that's a limitation.
No.
Lower.
Ah, there we go. So I need to go actually up. No, there we go. Then we have muted.
Very cool cinematic sound,
Yeah.
which is like, even though it's just a muted string or stuff like that, it sounds very, very unique,
Yeah.
very different in resonance than all other plucked instruments.
And
It's
if you
super cool.
obviously you have the piezo,
Yeah, that's a thing we could mention here that
you have the close. So for example, if I dislike the close, I can use just the
yeah, most of these instruments don't have like 3 standard microphone positions for obvious reasons, but we have like a close and piezo microphone position for those, which piezo could be a DI, could be a real piezo adapter on those instruments, depending on the instrument itself, because they're quite unique, quite different. So yeah, and the room position, of course.
room.
Yeah.
Just bring this back to where it was normally.
Yeah.
Ebo. Oh, this is. I love this normal, like a chord with added fourth.
Yeah. Again, this one has a very organ type vibe
Yeah.
to it, and it doesn't sound the same. It's a bit different, a bit like
Yeah, more ethereal in a way.
more of it,
Yeah.
ethereal in a way, yeah, more airy.
Yeah. These are the harmonics. And obviously we have a
The
bunch
different
of
effects.
that are quite cool.
Yeah.
There's a question. The room is the basement or the one you usually use for the recordings, the orchestra. This was recorded in Greece, so it was the room of the studio that was
Yeah.
recorded there.
Yeah.
Obviously, the basement tube, the room mic is the basement.
it is the basement.
Yeah, the rest of the instruments are recorded in the hall, with the exception of the troll harp, obviously.
Yeah.
Now we have the arrow monochord.
Yeah.
Again, very nice instrument. So basically that's a large metal body with different strings, and all the strings are recorded within the same pitch. So if you if you strum
30 strings.
like all the strings together like this.
So if my tambura falls now,
Yeah. Sorry. It's okay. No,
I'm joking, man.
that's gonna be a
But yeah.
very expensive live stream.
Yeah.
But anyway, so if the person is playing all the strings, we'll have this sound. These are the 30 strings altogether.
Which are basically all the strings played at once,
Yeah.
like in a strum fashion.
And we also have
15 strings.
strings. 4 strings.
Yeah.
Then 2 strings.
Yeah.
And then we have just a single sustain.
Yeah.
And we have drones. We have muted. And you can use the
Basically, the higher the strings number that are played, that are recorded, the natural phasing of the instrument comes more
Together.
alive.
Yep.
In a way.
And harmonics. I said that I'm not going to play in D, but I'm still,
Yeah, but it's
yeah.
cool to play in D.
Want to showcase yourself because I'm just starting to play the same thing. Maybe showcase the bow.
The bow guitar. Yeah, let's see the bow guitar. Just let me. It's also a very cool instrument with very cool character.
Yes. It kind of sounds detuned and very raw.
It's very horror-like for me.
Yes.
I think it works very well in that context.
That's right.
Yeah.
And
it has again a couple of different articulations. This one is the picked one because it's a guitar-like instrument.
Yeah.
So we have it recorded with pick. We have it with fingered notes, which are a bit more plucky because it's snapped. The finger is snapping more on the strings. We also have the muted version. It kind of sounds like a shamisen or something.
Exactly, yes, shamisen. I was just thinking about this, yeah.
Okay. And then we have the different effects here as well. Different number of effects for the different sections, for the different instruments, but yeah. All kind of stuff here. But these are basically very, very cool additions to the to those instruments, like to have them that way and be able to basically create a lot of stuff with those.
And again, if you're creative about it and just transpose it up or down, you can get some real nice results. And we didn't show the didgeridoo and the ethnic instruments, which we're going to do in a bit. Sorry, why did I show this? Sorry. But before that, I just wanted to show you a real nice way of combining instruments. So I'm just going to load up the shell, the legato shell instrument, and I maybe will use the solo viola. And
it replaces it. So you need to drag it. Yeah. Just give it a second to load because
there we go.
Both are actually quite large,
quite big. Yeah. And let's do mono legato for those together.
Yeah, cool. Play together.
Sorry, this one note.
No, that doesn't matter.
And then if we play a bit with it, so let's say the shell we're going to use, I'm going to solo this for a bit. I don't use this, I don't like this. And let's see if, not the panning, the width. So I'm going to make it very wide, possibly no reverb at all. And then the viola, I'll make it more mono-ish.
More in the center, yeah. Impy, if you could just press
Can you press OK?
OK on the because we'll lose our sight.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 48 seconds. 47.
Yeah,
Yes,
great.
Perfect. Good.
So
There we go.
the combination of those.
So let's remove the solo. Maybe more viola or
More viola.
Okay, more viola. Decrease. So basically creating a multi ourselves.
It would be even more it would sound even better if you, because you've spread the shell, just put the reverb on and turn it up all the way up. Probably it would sound put it 100, because it would make the panning and all those different instruments kind of work very well together, like in the same aesthetic, which was like basically the whole idea of this collection of instruments, because that's what intended for.
Yeah.
Of course, you could use it in very broad aspects of genres, like not necessarily in the primal Vikingish Nordic kind of way. It could be even used with just to add some more rasp sound to a standard string orchestra.
That's right.
or something like that. So it would be it would be suitable for that. And basically the possibilities are endless here, from all the articulations, from all the different instruments and the combinations between those, obviously.
And just before we get to the ethnic stuff, Jan Haak is saying, "Hey guys, so cool you're doing this question. How hard was it for you to get all the instruments together, and how did you choose what you would include and what not?" That was a hard thing to do. We kind of explained this a bit in the beginning, but sorry, it was basically adding ideas on top of each other as soon as we started receiving. So when we started receiving the material from Greece, like the shell, for example, the rusty soul, and we said, well, this needs some sort of a counterpoint from the orchestra.
Yeah.
So that's how we got the orchestra in it. And then we said, okay, these basses sound super cool in the low register, but we don't have the percussion for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it kind of grew one on top of each other, one on top of the other, but basically with the same idea in mind, like to follow the aesthetic, follow the idea of this, have it with this particular thing in mind, but obviously being able to do very different things with it, but following the aesthetic. That was the idea. Like
the main
make
idea.
it make it loud, if possible. If possible, make it loud.
Loud and gritty.
Loud and gritty.
Loud and gritty.
Yeah.
And the ethnic stuff. Want to try it? I'll look for some other comments.
Yeah, for the ethnic stuff. Basically, we have like we have the throw harp, obviously, which we touched upon. We have the bass block flute. We have the kaval and didgeridoo. And with those instruments, it was basically the same approach. Like, for example, the bass block flute and the kaval are not unique in that kind of way. Yeah. But we recorded them with the performer. The performer was our colleague Christian Georgiev, who actually is using his voice along with the note of the instrument.
He's a brilliant woodwind
Yeah.
player, and he performs in a band called
Orchestra.
Yeah, it's a Bulgarian fusion band. Super cool.
Fusion ethnic.
Fusion ethnic. Yeah, if you're into this stuff, go check them out. They also have an album coming up. So
Yeah.
So the idea was that he would sing in the instrument or shout in the
instrument basically.
while playing. Want to demonstrate something or?
Yeah, sure. We could try. We could try something.
I think that's
your right.
That's my channel. Yeah.
Okay, so if we go to these are the ethnic stuff basically.
Yep.
So these are. It's very loud, but yeah. You could see how.
If you go with the high range, you can hear him.
Yeah, because this is the range. We're getting to the limit of the range of his voice.
That's right. Yeah.
not the range of the instrument, but yeah. And we also have like a couple of different sustains for the woodwinds. Most of those are played with voice, and we recorded some kind of ricochets which are very cool too. And those could be used
In Horizon.
in a lot of
In a lot of games. Yeah.
in a lot of games it could be. And we have like long versions, short versions of those in. So these are all recorded that way. So it's kind of the natural.
The other.
Yeah.
The other one.
Very performance type kind of thing, which fits very well with the with the whole aesthetic of the thing.
But also you can do, if you want, you can try doing this yourself with the shorts.
Yeah, it's won't be that convincing though, but you could still.
Maybe with the staccatissimo.
This is the staccato, but the staccatissimo, which is the shortest.
And
if you put a little
maybe
more,
if you play a bit with the
it would be better with. If you want to do it that way, probably reverb would help.
Yeah.
Just to make it smoother,
but the pitch is quite cool, so you can play around with the pitch. Yeah, maybe.
So you could do that
if you want. You can try doing that. And the cavao is very. This is a bass block flute.
Yeah.
Which you normally would play, I don't know, Bach on it, and this is a cavao, which is an ethnic instrument.
Again, with relying very heavily on the voice of in the performance here.
Hang on, based on the suggestions, based on can we try dropping this again with an octave or something?
Yeah, sure. Let's see.
Hear how it sounds like the lowest notes. I think it will be cool.
This is an octave, baby.
Snap.
It sounds very nice, yeah. You could experiment a lot with that kind of instruments.
Yeah.
I mean, it's way easier to get good results with instruments which are not the traditional instruments in the orchestra and stuff like that. When you detune them like 2 octaves or 3 octaves and stuff like that, so it's basically you would get better results by doing something that it's a pretty safe bet that you would get something cool out of it. And you could use it,
especially in this case.
Yeah, if you could use it in a creative way to like amplify your music, boost your creativity and stuff like that.
One of the viewers says that sounds like a mix between a cavao and a didgeridoo. So maybe we should demonstrate a didgeridoo.
Yeah. So this is still okay. So again, the didgeridoo we recorded in a couple of.
You have to drag it or double click it.
Oh, what did I do?
Nothing.
Okay, sure. sounds like me.
And again, the blue range is the playable range.
Yeah.
And you have different articulations. Maybe demonstrate the staccato or
Yeah.
something.
This is the free wobble articulation. We have a couple of sustain articulations. We have the marcato here.
Cool.
We have the staccato.
What an instrument.
Just let me go down an octave because I don't. Yeah, and you have the staccatissimo, which is obviously the shortest one.
And this is Instant Orotnica, the band that we spoke about. That's kind of their jam.
And going up on the blue-green keys are actually drones similar to the ones that we recorded for the string section.
And also tagio harpa.
And the tagio
not the
harpa.
percussion, the melodic loops.
Yeah.
But the drones.
But the drones, yeah. And you have like different option, obviously, from one quarter triplet, 1/4 note, half note, whole note, and we have a couple of improvisation layers that the player did. So it's very. Yeah, so it's very usable. You could very use it as even as a filler or even as a solo solo groove. It's very usable. Bear in mind that these are improvisations, so those will vary between the different tempi and obviously between the different because the didgeridoo doesn't have like range. It's only one single note. So we recorded a couple of didgeridoos in order to do what you're seeing here. Yeah. But that's why there is like subtle timbro differences between those because it's different instruments actually. But in order to have it like a playable range, this is what we need to do.
Contemporary virtual instrument. I want to demonstrate the next one, which is the before we go to the Anklung Ghost Tremolo. How are we on cameras, by the way?
How are we on the batteries?
Batteries, okay. Great. Yeah. So let me remove these. So these are the brass stabs.
So this is the easiest instrument we did in this library.
This is super easy.
This took like a couple of hours. But and a lot of tweaking around after that.
And let's see what will happen if I go to the string ensembles and get the basses here. So here is the brass tabs and the basses. There we go. So we need to go transpose one octave lower. This is the staccatissimo, and then we have okay.
This is deep behind enemy lines.
Yes.
We're here in the very aggressive part of the
and
of the section of the library.
and again, the I think the final thing that we needed to demonstrate this more like a bonus patch, but it sounds real cool. So these are the Anklungs, but recorded as ghost tremolo. So that's a wooden bamboo instrument, and you have to kind of wiggle it, and it produces all the
different instruments produce a pitch, basically.
Exactly, yeah. It's I think it was again in D. This thing.
No, it was in F. I think something F.
Like, so, and the difference between those covers in the keyboard is that you have like
3 dynamics.
Essentially,
basically.
yeah. Dynamics or maybe intensities is more
probably.
So this is very kind of epic.
This is the real ghost one.
The ghost one, yeah.
And those are like performance type of things that basically are we haven't prepared for those.
Yeah.
We just while we have that, we decided to go with it.
By yours truly.
Conducted by yours truly. Yeah.
Yeah. When I was studying conducting, maybe if somebody would ask me where do you imagine yourself conducting in a couple of years, I would say maybe conducting a Anklung ensemble. Yeah. But here we go. I know. I imagine this is some sort of a. If you're playing God of War, the latest one, the one, even though it's bamboo, so it doesn't. Or Ghost of Tsushima. Okay. Ghost of Tsushima. And you enter some sort of a tempo.
You're chasing the yellow bird.
The yellow bird, exactly. Yeah. And then you have some sort of a music on top of this.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's kind of limited to a single key, but again, you can manipulate it. So pretty cool content.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think we managed to go through almost.
Maybe if you want to, you can just showcase the sparks.
We touched on those like in the beginning. Those are different kind of pads which are made with the material from the library itself. So they have the same vibe, the same idea, and. All of those are pretty unique. We've separated those in like 2 categories. It's a fantasy category and sci-fi category.
Yeah,
so they're futuristic kind of stuff. So those could be used with basically everything. It goes a long way. Each of those could tell a story of its own.
Yes.
A story. Sorry.
Yeah,
especially it's very
if you
broad.
Play,
it's very.
If you play a long one,
like
you can see that there's a lot of things going on.
Yeah, just so that you have an idea, each of those is like about a minute long.
Yeah.
So basically, you would hear the whole thing from the start. If you don't interrupt the pressing of the key, obviously, it would repeat after a minute or something like that. So it's pretty huge. Content-wise, that way,
and up to that minute, you get a lot of
different
sonic,
colors, different
storytelling. In a way,
absolutely.
And I also want to shout out to something that's very important, which we haven't discussed kind of in the library, we spoke about everything basically with from the scripting to the, the instruments that we've recorded.
Yeah.
But also one of the coolest things that's our artwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to shout out to.
Yeah. Buyan, who's I would say, maybe somebody would say the designer. I would say the painter.
Yeah.
He's the painter of our latest stuff, and this is amazing. And actually, I was kind of worried because we were kind of a bit behind schedule with the artwork. And then one day I remember I said, okay, how's the progress on this? Do we have something else, for you to demonstrate? And then he said, I actually have it here on my iPad. Want to take a look. And then the whole thing with the wolf and the lone warrior kind of Viking. We did a very nice. In case you're interested, we did a video that's on our YouTube channel. That's basically speed ride. There's no. That's pure art. I wish
it's hand drawn. It's hand drawn
yes.
From start to finish, all the layers, everything. It's so cool.
Yeah,
and it goes it goes perfectly with the whole idea of the thing, because this is a library basically which is not about the polished thing. It's not about the imperfect. It's actually about the imperfect in the humans.
Yes,
and stuff like that. So it kind of makes sense to have like this amazing artwork done that way, and it goes a long way with it. I think it's, at least for me, it kind of speaks the same language. The artwork and the music with the library that goes with the library, it kind of works together.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And I think that we can use this as a some sort of a transition towards our, maybe say a bit about future ideas. And one of the things that we are going to do is we are going to send over like a survey, which would be, for us, it would be very interesting. It will mean a lot if you take the time, just a couple of minutes, to answer to the questions inside. They're mostly technical questions about how our business behaves, but one of the things that we wanted to talk about, which is kind of important, is whether you would be interested in getting this amazing artwork, for example, as some sort of a framed poster, and all the rest of the stuff that we did, because it's for me personally. And that's why one of the reasons why I really like our like arts, like for example the one for Jade, or the one for Afflatus, or the strings, Afflatus strings and Afflatus brass, because they're so inspiring. I've written music for films for, I don't know, maybe more than half my life, and I always need some sort of a visual hook to guide me to write music. It's, for me, it's super easy when I watch something and I get like hit points and some ideas and so forth. If I have to write like a concert piece, for example, for me it's really hard. I don't know, that's the way I am, because
of the lack of the visual, because of the lack of the thing to draw you in, to basically.
That's right. Maybe I'm lazy, I don't know, but but when you see stuff like this, even if you don't have any ideas, at least for me, it just, I can draw so much from this this art. So big shout out for the cover art. I really, really love it. And next on the pipeline we have Celesta library, which is hopefully is going to be out this month. We have two libraries connected with voices, which are the one library is the Performers, the next series in the Performers, made from Anna. Anna is she's a lovely singer. We did the library together with her, which is a playable legato instrument. And also we have another playable instrument with Bojana, who's also a friend of ours. She's a fantastic violinist, composer, and she can improvise so much, and she sings beautifully. But again, we kind of push her to do something that's kind of out of her comfort zone. So we'll start working on this. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it will sound as good as we imagine it to be when you play it. And I wouldn't say much, but apart from the Arabian update that we mentioned, we also are going to create the second version of one of our most favorite libraries, ethnic libraries.
Everyone's most favorite.
Everyone, maybe. So it's a big task, and we've been conceptualizing, doing some things in the past couple of years. So we'll see. This year is going to be very exciting for us.
Yeah.
We also want to do more of this. Let us know what you think about the live streams, the speed rides. Are you interested in this?
Yeah.
Just curious.
What do you like? What you dislike? Basically, put it all in. We will be happy to learn and to know what you guys think.
Yeah. David Mills asked another Anna. I'll keep an eye out for that. Yeah. It's in a different context. We have the performer series, which is basically showcasing some local musicians that we really love, so far local, that we really, really love, and they basically perform material that they're used to. So, like, for example, ethnic folklore songs. And Anna is going to be was recorded like this. And she actually this was a couple of months before she gave birth.
Yeah.
So
again, not a lot of.
Not a lot of yeah, again, very stressful. Our work is very stressful. you can see I'm 13 basically, but I look 50. So yeah, that's what we have in mind for the future.
Yeah, it's gonna be a full year basically with a lot of stuff in it.
Yeah,
a lot of cool things.
And so yeah, now we're up for just questions. There's a bit of a latency, but yeah, if you want, we can. If you're not tired, we can spend like 5 to 10 minutes just answering random questions. So Jan asks, how do you conceptualize? Are you guys all throwing ideas into the room, or are you looking for specific things that you need and want for your work? That's a great question. Very often we've done stuff that's been in ways connected to our work internally.
And to what we lack.
Yeah, and to what we lack. Yeah, exactly.
What we need as tools, basically. And
yeah. So here at our humble studio complex, we gather, throw ideas.
Yeah.
I am the one responsible for what stays and what not. So I'm the dictator about it.
Yeah.
But I would say, am I open about it? Maybe not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so. And you're the one with the craziest ideas. So
yeah. Mostly about percussion.
Mostly about percussion.
But yes, Alex, who's our other producer, yeah, senior producer, he's also a film composer, or he's a film and game composer as well. Yeah. Myself too, and very often we end up doing some stuff that we just need some sort of a tool that's not available anywhere, or what's available out there doesn't have what we actually need. So like, let's take for example the tune strings. This is something that's not available anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we know it sounds probably cheesy saying that, but our motto from composers for composers is basically how it goes.
Exactly. Yeah. And we're a pretty small team, which is basically connected to the next question. When do we get the Flatus woodwinds next week? This is something that we are conceptualizing. So Flatus is a whole other beast. I've spoken about the Flatus in the past. I'll repeat the story. I'll try to be quick. So basically, I was doing a video game. I won't say the name of the game, but I did all the mock-ups basically with another library that has recordings made of a very large ensemble, so like 14 first violins, 12-second violins, and so
Yeah.
forth and so forth. So mock-ups and demos were approved, and then I had a kind of a small budget. It was on average budget, okay budget, to record something. But I wasn't. First of all, I didn't have enough money to get a very large ensemble recorded for it, but also I didn't want that. I wanted the sound of a intimate chamber orchestra.
Yeah.
And so when I recorded, recordings were great, and I sent it over to the developers, and they said, "Oh, it really sounds great, but it sounds smaller than the demo. Why is that?" And it's not smaller. That's a different aesthetic, and that's very important, because small doesn't mean bad, or
Yep.
big doesn't equal good.
Obviously.
Yeah. So thankfully they had, I don't know, they had for some reason trust in me, so it stayed like this for the final product. And but this got me to think that most of the libraries, when you get like a string library,
Yeah.
you usually get one sound, one ensemble.
Yeah.
That's it. You have different articulations, different, I don't know, combinations or whatever, but the sound is kind of the same. And Afflatus was a library that revolved around the idea of getting different ensemble sizes, different musicians, and different aesthetics.
Yeah.
And I think aesthetic is a very important thing when we have to consider, making music nowadays, especially in AI era, because everything kind of sounds the same, so you need to think of different ways to kind of stand out. And so that this is basically how Afflatus strings happened and Afflatus woodwinds, and we started adding up
Afflatus brass.
Brass. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And we started taking inspirations from different scores that we like, and especially Alex is he has a lot of knowledge about
and he's very thorough for those kind of nuances in music.
He's a geek. He's a
of course he is.
Film score nerd.
If he's here, as all are we. Yeah.
And the same thing we wanted to do with the woodwinds. So we've actually started doing some stuff with it, but obviously we need to do the recording. We have the ideas. We have ideas about ensembles, about instruments, about combinations, and woodwinds.
The conceptual stuff.
Conceptual stuff, yeah. And woodwinds are very, very interesting. So you can combine different groups, you can combine different instruments, play them in octaves, and so forth and so forth. So yeah, probably not next week, maybe the week after.
So people are asking for Afflatus woodwinds. Nobody's asking for Afflatus percussion. I don't know what's that. I'm just giving you an idea, guys.
I mean, they know that we're doing Afflatus percussion next. Yeah. Can you clarify about the dynamic layers? I think you said one of them had 5. About the dynamic layers of PRIMAL, I guess. It varies between the instruments.
It varies a lot.
It varies a lot. So, for example, the custom acoustic instruments, not all of them have a lot of dynamic layers because they're kind of weird. They're not acoustic instruments per se.
Most of those have at least 2, and they go up to, I think, 4 or 5 dynamic layers. Some of those we need to check per instrument because they're not like the regular type of instrument, so each one is different. Regarding the strings, we have limited ourselves to a couple of dynamics only, the loudest ones basically, as the idea was to have it basically on the forte side of things, say that way. So that's that. And the percussion basically it also has like a 5 dynamic layers, I think. Or 4 or 5 dynamic layers, something like that. With different round robins, of course.
There were some instruments that I remember that we were recording and they were blasting like fortissimo, and then we said, could it be a bit louder? And they said, and then we should do another layer.
We should do another one.
There we go. One thing I always wondered is, how do you ensure to get your instruments to so playable? First of all, thank you. It feels like a lot of your libraries often feel much better when I fiddle around with them on the keyboard. Well, we try to there are certain things that you can do in Contact that sound real nice and very believable, I think.
Yeah.
But they're always connected to some sort of latency. And this
Yeah.
is something that I personally don't like. I like to, when I open a project of mine, I play the click and I just noodle on the keyboard like we did today.
Mhm.
And I record it and then choose the best take, as if I've become not only the composer but also the performer of that music. And I try to think from that perspective, and it's really hard when you already have some sort of a latency that's from your hardware, basically. And if you add like plugins on top of that or mastering effect chain, and then if you start playing something that has another 100 milliseconds of latency, it might sound good, okay, but it's not very authentic. Yeah. So that's one of the reasons we try to get the best out of those instruments by playing them live constantly.
Yeah, and we play them live throughout all the stages of the development. Bearing that in mind, because that's the whole idea of basically all the things that we do is like, how do you use it live? How do you use it when you get to the point of composing? How do you use it to spark creativity, to make you want to play the instrument? So that's the idea why we have the drones and the playable articulations all at once. We didn't we didn't want to exclude the drones from the other articulations, because that was the idea behind it from the start.
You can probably, you've heard how easy it is and how playable it is to just noodle. Yeah, and if we're here, we are probably geeks for the rest of the world, to be honest. That's right. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think we need to wrap things up.
To wrap things up, yeah. This could take a while.
Yeah.
We can geek for a lot of more time.
Yeah.
All right. So, to everybody who's been here with us, thank you so much, and for the questions and for everything.
Yeah.
And we really love your input, and everyone who said that they're enjoying Primal. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's from the entire Strezov sampling team.
The whole team.
Yeah. Anything to add, or?
Well, I think that's it. And see you with the other one, I guess.
Yeah.
We could wrap it up with a video, right?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Cheers. Thank
Cheers.
you.